The Titan submersible cutting corners, which led to the death of 5 innocent people, the Navy covering up that they already knew it imploded, and disregarded cries for help. Watch this podcast to find out the true mysteries about the Titan submersible. Hello guys, and welcome back to another GulpCast. Today we're going to be diving into the stomach-sinking mysteries of the Titan submarine. It started with 5 people being sent down in an exploration journey to the Titanic. The submarine, formerly known as Cyclops 2 and now known as the Titan submersible, was made out of steel end caps that were glued to a carbon fibre hull, and they should literally never do that when they're making a submarine. The founder, Stockton Rush, when interviewed, admitted that he broke some rules to make it. He said,
"And I've broken some rules to make this. I think I've broken them with logic and good engineering behind me. The carbon fiber and titanium, there's a rule you don't do that.
Not only that, but the sub was on its 5th trip down to the Titanic, and every time it went down, the carbon fibre hull had weakened more and more until its 5th descent. It couldn't handle the pressure, and well, it imploded. This all happened because the founder, Stockton Rush, and the creator had cut corners to reduce the costs, and even to pose as a technological innovator. 5 people's death happened because of financial costs. Furthermore, one of the employees of OceanGate safety engineers around 5 years back actually brought up the possible dangers of the vessel, and guess what? He got fired. And then Stockton Rush sued him. But it gets even worse, because Stockton Rush knew that the submersible would lead to significant pressure on the carbon fibre hull, so he implemented an RTM, real-time monitoring system, which would send an alert to the mothership, Polar Prince, and at 9:28 a.m., it sent a message saying, "We are noting an alarm from the RTM, reducing velocity descent depth to 3,433 meters. They said they were going to release the ballast, but that didn't work, so they tried to jettison the frame and needed multiple attempts. This led to the mothership being confused and started to relay multiple questions for 4 minutes. But that whole time, silence, until finally it responded. It was in major stress with all RTM alert systems flashing red and then supposedly hearing the carbon fibre hull crackle with stress. They said that they were aiming for the surface, as the Titan had already released the ballast and the frames, presumably it began using its thrusters to ascend to the surface, but the speed was extremely slow, going up by 40 feet every 15 minutes. At 9:44 a.m., we hear the last communications of the mothership and the Titan. Polar Prince asked for depth and status. At 9:46, the Titan sends its final message. Reading red on the A power bus. I switched to B. At 3,457 meters, more sounds of and it cuts off. As releasing the ballast and the frame didn't work enough to let them ascend, they used the thrusters, consuming an extraordinary amount of power, as it wasn't intended to ascend the Titan. When eventually, it drained all the power to the vessel, and experts believe that when that happened, everything went dark and it tilted forward, making all the people on board fall to the front of the sub, and the sub angled vertically when it entered a free fall dive for half a mile until it imploded. This means that unlike what everyone said how the crew had had a peacefully and quick death, they experienced a full minute of loud crackling, red alarms, beeping, and pitch blackness, in an absolute state of fear and terror until... And this is when it gets really messed up. Both the Navy and Coast Guard picked up the sound of the implosion on their underwater monitoring systems, and they were able to communicate with the mothership directly. This means that they knew as soon as the sub imploded, the 5 people on board had already gone too. Yet the whole government of America let the internet think that there were 5 people at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean, depriving of oxygen, leaving them 72 hours to live. Millions of dollars being spent trying to find and rescue them, volunteers, and all the while, they already knew that they were gone from the beginning. So why did they do this? What was the point? Why didn't they just tell us? But this is my opinion on it. I think that, obviously, the founder and creator did such a stupid thing by making the terrible design choices of making the hull out of carbon fibre. Why has there got to be a police car? Yeah, I think they did such a stupid thing by making the terrible design choices of making the hull out of carbon fibre. Like, it's so selfish to put the risks of lives at hand because of money. And the money cutting didn't even matter, as millions of dollars were spent to find them. And why would the government spend that much money if they knew that they were gone already? Was it just to cover it up and protect OceanGate's reputation? And even then, why would the US government care about OceanGate's reputation? Anyway, that is all for this GulpCast. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Keep on gulping knowledge, and I will see you all in the next GulpCast very soon. Goodbye.